A context: I've been friends with this person for 6 years and we went to community college together. They had a crush on me in college that I did not know about until later. We reconnected last year and they revealed that they used to like me and still might. However, I was fresh out of a relationship at that time and turned them down. The past 2 semesters I was at college, they visited me. We started sleeping together and acting like a couple, and I drunkenly told them I had feelings for them. They did a complete 180 and said they were not ready to date yet. They swore off dating because their last relationship went bad, and they wanted to work on themselves. We went months without seeing each other, and then they told me they went on a date with someone, which broke my heart because they had told me they didn't want to date, yet they were dating. That date backfired because she kissed them, and then rejected them. Months later, we saw each other again. It was really romantic. They were hugging me from behind, kissing me, buying me stuff, and cuddling. But then after that night, they reiterated that they didn't want a relationship and apologized for leading me on. They said it was because they thought I was a great person, but that they were not good enough for me and were scared they were going to hurt me. They said I deserved better. Now, they told me they are talking to someone romantically again who isn't me, and my heart is broken again. I love them so much, and it breaks my heart how this keeps happening. I want them to be happy, and I feel like I'm not good enough for them because they always turn me down. I can't stand being yanked around and questioning if they have feelings for me or not anymore. I can't stand feeling like a second choice. I can't stand loving them so much that it hurts. I wish I could be happier for them about their crush. I wish I wasn't so jealous and angry and confused. TLDR, my longtime friend and I have a FWB situation going on with feelings involved, and they recently pushed me away after periods of us getting close, making me question how they feel about me. 6 years ago, I met someone who would become one of my closest friends. We both attended community college and quickly bonded over shared classes and mutual interests. Unbeknownst to me, they developed a crush on me during those college years, a secret I only discovered much later. Our paths diverged after graduation, but we reconnected last year. During one of our catch-ups, they confessed that their old feelings for me hadn't entirely faded. However, I had just come out of a relationship and wasn't ready to start something new, so I gently turned them down. Fast forward to the past 2 semesters, our dynamic shifted dramatically. They started visiting me at college, and we fell into a pattern that was more than just friendly. We slept together, acted like a couple, and shared intimate moments. One night, after a few too many drinks, I let my guard down and told them I had feelings for them. To my dismay, they pulled back, explaining that they weren't ready to date. They cited their last relationship, which ended poorly, and their need to focus on personal growth as reasons for avoiding a new relationship. We spent several months apart, during which time they informed me that they had gone on a date with someone else. Hearing this felt like a punch to the gut. They had told me they weren't ready to date, yet they were out there exploring new romantic possibilities. The date didn't go well for them though, as she kissed them and then rejected them. Eventually we crossed paths again. This time, it felt like a scene from a romance movie. They were affectionate, holding me close, kissing me, buying me things and cuddling. For a brief moment, it seemed like we were on the brink of something real. But the next day, they apologized for leading me on and reiterated that they didn't want a relationship. They said they were afraid of hurting me, believed I deserved better, and confessed that they felt they weren't good enough for me. Now they've started talking to someone new, romantically. My heart is once again in pieces. I love them deeply, and seeing them pursue others while rejecting me over and over again is unbearable. It makes me feel like I'm not good enough, like I'm always the second choice. The constant uncertainty about their feelings towards me is emotionally exhausting. I wish I could be happy for them, but instead, I'm consumed by jealousy, anger, and confusion. One evening, I decided to confront my feelings and talk to them about everything. "Can we talk?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady despite the storm of emotion swirling inside me. They looked up from their phone, a mixture of curiosity and apprehension in their eyes. "Of course, what's on your mind?" I took a deep breath, trying to find the right words. "I've been really struggling with everything that's been happening between us. I feel like we're stuck in this cycle of getting close, and then you pulling away. It's really confusing and painful for me." They sighed, looking away. "I know, I've been selfish. I care about you, but I'm scared. I'm scared of ruining what we have and of hurting you." I understand that, I replied gently. But we can't keep going on like this, it's tearing me apart. I need to know if we have a real chance, or if I'm just holding on to false hope. There was a long silence as they considered my words. Finally, they spoke. I do have feelings for you, but I'm not ready for a relationship. I thought I could just enjoy our time together, but I realize now how unfair that is to you. I nodded, feeling a mix of relief and sorrow. I appreciate your honesty, but I can't keep doing this. I can't keep getting hurt. We need to either commit to something real or move on. They looked pained, but they nodded in agreement. You're right. I don't want to lose you, but I also can't give you what you need right now. Maybe it's best if we take a step back and give each other some space. We agreed to take a break from each other, to focus on ourselves, and to see if time and distance could provide clarity. It was a hard decision, but it felt necessary. Oh, the next few months were challenging. I missed them terribly, but I used the time to focus on my own healing and personal growth. I reconnected with old friends, pursued new hobbies, and sought therapy to help me process my emotions. Slowly, I started to feel more grounded and more in tune with myself. During this time, they also reached out a few times. The conversations were tentative, testing the waters, but there was a newfound respect and understanding between us. We were no longer trying to force something that wasn't meant to be at the moment. Instead, we were supporting each other from a distance. Eventually, we met up again. The air between us was different, lighter, more relaxed. We talked about what we had been up to, how we had grown, and what we had learned. It was clear that we both still cared deeply for each other, but we also recognized that we needed to prioritize our own well-being. We decided to remain friends, focusing on rebuilding our connection on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. It wasn't easy, and there were moments of sadness and longing, but it felt like the right path for both of us. Looking back, I realized that sometimes the best thing you can do for someone you love is to let them go. Our relationship had been a roller coaster of emotions, but it taught me valuable lessons about love, respect, and the importance of self-care. For anyone reading this, my advice is to always communicate with your partner. Be honest about your feelings and needs, and don't be afraid to take a step back if things aren't working out. Relationships are about mutual support and growth, but sometimes the best way to support each other is by giving yourselves the space to heal individually. It may not always be easy, but it's always worth it. TLDR, my longtime friend and I have a FWB situation with feelings involved. They recently pushed me away after periods of us getting close, making me question how they feel about me. We decided to take a break to focus on individual healing, and eventually rebuilt our connection as friends. Communication and self-awareness are key.